Hello and welcome back to the 10 Pint Podcast. We're here with me, Lucas, Normal and Beefham.
Yes, lads.
And before we get started with this episode, I'd like to say a massive thanks to everyone that's liked and subscribed so far. But if you haven't, please smash that like button and hit subscribe. So today we're going to be just having a little football chat about the season so far, about the upcoming England squad, just everything that's gone on really. And we're here with our good mate Matty.
Alright, the boys.
Yeah, so we'll get started off. How do you reckon, how do you reckon the league's shaping up?
It's interesting, isn't it? It's getting interesting now because Arsenal are leading the way, aren't they? Who'd have thought it? But
not me.
I swear, you put Arsenal up there, you know, in the prediction.
I think I said 6th.
Nah, I think Luke put them in the top 4, you know. You didn't put Liverpool in there, did you? You didn't put Liverpool in, you got slated for it.
Oh, and Nunes has picked up a bit, like,
Nunes is still a flop, isn't he?
That's something that should mention while we're on top, like a Liverpool player, Gerrard. Is being sacked, and we'd like to bring up a clip.
Yeah, well, so we had that clip there.
We had the clip on TikTok.
I mean, all I said was that he's not a very good manager.
Not you got slated. I got absolutely berated for it.
You did.
I got some harsh words said about myself, but any comments are good comments in my eyes.
It is.
But yeah, he's been sacked, hasn't he? And obviously on the back of that, he just Villa were 3-0 up with inside 15 minutes against Brentford.
I was mad, weren't I? I missed the kick-off, lads. Like, I was watching it on... What game was on Sky? Arsenal, Southampton.
Yeah, it was on Sky, yeah.
What's on my phone? I seen 3-0, I was like, fucking hell.
Yeah. It's mad the way when a manager leaves, you have that bounce. You just think, do you reckon he haven't been playing for him? He doesn't seem, do you like Klopp where he puts an arm around a player? Gerrard just doesn't seem that type of fella. He seems very cold.
I could be wrong, but a lot of young managers seem to want to try and build their own reputation up, don't they, rather than build the team up.
Yeah.
So he's had all the clips of him staring down the touchline at the fans as he's walking off and all that kind of thing, building his image up.
Well, he done it at Goodison, didn't he? Where he boosted the ball and he was like, still got it and all that. And he done it at United where he was looking at the fans.
What I'd say is I follow a few Villa fans on Twitter, and they were sort of putting up they felt a bit disconnected from the club while he was in charge, and it didn't really seem like at Rangers he seemed like the fans got behind him and he got behind the club, whereas at Villa
it's easy for him to do that at Rangers though because he won the league. No,
but what I mean is at Villa it didn't really seem like himself, he got behind the club.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And maybe that move to Villa, at the time, no disrespect to Scottish football, but with Rangers and Celtic there, you are winning most weeks, whereas going from winning most weeks and on the back of a league title win to go to Villa, who sort of, I'd imagine their aspirations are sort of top 8 finish, isn't it? They need to have some good players in that squad. Whoever goes in there, I think Emery's the favourite to go there.
Is it not?
Yeah.
Pochettino, isn't it, last time I saw?
I think he's 1 to 6 now, Emery.
Oh, yeah.
And personally for me, I think that'd be a good appointment, mate. I know his time at Arsenal sort of at the end it was a bit tough, but I do think he's a very good manager, mate, and I do think he'll do a good job there. What do you reckon?
Am I right in saying he's working now? Is he not at Villarreal?
I think he's still there, but they'd have to buy him out. I did see they were linked with, this was quite mad, it was some manager of Sporting Lisbon. I'd never heard of him. I'm not going to be one of them who claims to be clued up on Portuguese football, do you know what I mean? But they got linked with the Sporting Lisbon manager, and it was for the highest ever, if they wanted to get him to be the highest ever,
release clause
for the manager for 25
from Portugal
million.
as well. That's a bit mad, isn't it? It's not like it's a
I think he
massive European club at the Apple.
Yeah, I had a little look on his wiki. I think he went from Braga to Sporting Lisbon and won the league and the cup last year. I think I might be wrong there, but I think so.
No, I think you're right. Yeah, they're in the Champions League, aren't they?
Yeah, so I don't know. Where do you reckon Gerrard goes next? Do you reckon the Championship club takes a chance on him?
Actually, I think his ego wouldn't allow him to go to. Do you like the way Rooney went to Derby? Lampard actually went to Derby as well. I just think Gerrard's ego won't let him. He does. He has a massive ego, whether that's warranted or not. As a manager,
I don't know.
He's won the league in Scotland. He has improved. He had a big budget at Villa as well. He brought a lot of players. He brought Coutinho. He hasn't really done much, has he?
But at the same time, I think if Gerrard sort of wants to continue this sort of management push, because it's obvious for everyone, his aspirations are the Liverpool job at some point, aren't they?
Do you think he has the mould to be a Liverpool manager now, though? Especially after Klopp. Look at Klopp and imagine Gerrard coming in. Obviously he is connected to Liverpool, of course he is, but he just doesn't seem like a motivator.
But I think the Liverpool fans would well get behind him as manager.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I do think that sort of push, because the fans will love nothing more than him to succeed there.
Yeah.
Like, I think the roadmap was Rangers go to Villa, stabilise them, sort of get them solidified and like sort of the top half, maybe a push for Europa League, Conference League, sort of like what Moyes has done at West Ham. That what job they probably wanted him to do. And then obviously now he's been sacked, he's going to have to go. Like, I can't imagine another Premier League team taking a chance on him. I think he's going to have to go Championship, isn't he? And I can't really think of abroad. Like, I can't imagine him going to abroad.
So I think he might go to America like Rooney. If he actually played for LA Galaxy, didn't he?
But how much does that improve your reputation going to America?
It's a bit of a step back, isn't it?
Do you think?
From the Premier League to the MLS?
Well, of course it is from the Premier League, but he's not going to get a Premier League job now.
I think you'll learn more in the Championship than MLS. Like, I can't even name... Like,
or do you reckon he could rock up at a club like Bournemouth if they're still in the Premier League? Do you know that type of less expectation? No respect to Bournemouth.
They're doing alright, aren't they, Bournemouth at the minute?
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? Like,
I think he'll go Championship because there's like Michael Carrick, he's just been appointed Middlesbrough boss today, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Which is like, I think is a bit of a mad one, me, like, do you know what I mean?
I think he's from up there, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he not a Mike?
No, do you know what, he played for Newcastle early on his career, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, look at that lad.
I know.
But I don't know, I think he's going to have to go down to the Championship shores of earn his badges again and make his way up, because that Villa job, I think he did take a gamble going there, whereas he could have had another few years at Rangers.
But I think that Rangers were starting to fall off when the second season... How many seasons was he there?
I think he was there for one...
Obviously he got that invincible season, didn't he?
He had his first full one, and then last year, he had the year he won it, so I think it was his third season there when he left part way through.
I think Celtic were sort of flying at that point though.
Oh, were he?
Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see where he goes, So I know this is going.
Just going back, do you think, like, we have already touched on it then, do you know Emery of Villa, what do you reckon on that appointment, if he was to go there?
Well, at one point last season, him and Villarreal were flying. Yeah. I think I'm right in saying their home form was the best in the league at one point. They were fantastic. So if he can go in and establish a good style of play, because I think Gerrard was a bit stubborn in the way he wanted Villa to play. It was like he couldn't get the best out of Danny Ings and Watkins together, which was an issue he had at one point, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then he had 3 number 10s in the club, like Coutinho, Buendia, even Ramsey probably could have played in there, and he was only really playing the diamonds, weren't he? To fit the 2 up top in Ings and Watkins.
They didn't really have much of a system.
No, I think the recruitment slowed them down because I think they didn't recruit for the system he wanted to play.
Yeah.
They just brought players who were good.
Yeah.
But not system.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I do think whatever manager goes there has a great group of players to work with in terms of quality, do you know what I mean? Like that Buendia, I really like him, mate. I think he's a cracking player, mate. Even,
like, John McGinn's understated. He's a really good midfield player, do you know what I mean?
Danny Ings is a clinical striker when he's fit.
So is Watkins. Watkins can score goals.
That Ramsey's a decent young player as well.
Yeah, he's very good.
Like, they have all the foundations, they have the fan base, they've got decent ground, like the proper old-fashioned traditional football club, but it doesn't seem like, I don't know, it's mad the way it didn't work for him, but yeah. Moving on, another situation then. Another ego. Cristiano Ronaldo. What? Right.
Oh.
You see Roy Keane arguing with Gary Neville about it?
Seen a clip of it.
Yeah. Like, Roy Keane's basically like, Roy Keane's on Ronaldo's side. And then Gary Neville's sort of saying the team comes first.
See, Roy Keane's always doing that, and he's done it a couple of times now, but he's just... Ronaldo scores goals, and that's the bottom line of it. But he has got to understand, because I think it's been twice now, Neville and Carragher.
Yeah.
And they've both made the same point. Like, they're not winning games when he's playing. And that's what football's all about, winning games, not scoring goals. Because it's part of it.
He won a game at Goodison, though. For them... I think, right.
Do you think... I personally think if they'd went into that Chelsea game, the 1-1 that's just passed, with Ronaldo up top, they would have got torn apart. It was really interesting to watch because it was 2 tactics that just like neutralised the other one.
Yeah.
And without Ronaldo up there, and he's a bit of a passenger. Don't get me wrong, he's a top class forward, and he probably would have scored the chances that Rashford missed.
Yeah.
But as a team,
no, I agree.
They don't play as well when he's in there.
I didn't like what. Do you know the way he walked off after Spurs?
It's a joke. It's ridiculous.
He's made himself look an absolute knobhead there. Like,
no, right, but he's So you've got to look at this from his perspective, right? He's not Scott McTominay or someone. He's Cristiano Ronaldo.
There's no iron team, but there's an iron tit. Do you know what I mean?
But he's not a normal footballer. He's not the same as everyone else. He's Cristiano Ronaldo, lad. Like, obviously, yeah, he shouldn't walk off because he should be an example to young players on the rest of the team and all that.
Listen, if I'm playing down goals and we've got 10 minutes to go, one of the last walks off and just watches.
If he scored 700 goals in his career, like...
It's one thing sitting there and saying, I'm not coming on, because he refused to get subbed on, didn't he?
Yeah.
But it's completely different to walk off a few minutes before the end. How hard is it for him to just sit there after saying, I'm not coming on? Because then it's less of a deal. He hasn't stormed off. The cameras aren't watching him walk down the touchline, ignoring all these kids' hands and that.
See, I think... Do you know...
Ignoring kids'
He was. There was like 10-year-olds with the dangling hands.
Oh,
no.
Do you know what, though? Do you know, say they were getting beat 2-0 by Tottenham? I'd maybe get it then, why he's walking down. But, like, imagine you're a teammate on the pitch. You're a team...
Do you not just think it's because he's a winner, though?
No, lads, it's being a beaut.
He is a winner. There's no arguing that.
He's not the same as us. He's not the same as other people. Like.
No, but lads,
he's not the same. His mentality's not the same as us.
It doesn't.
Up at night
you can't excuse a hissy fit for wanting to win though. Like, he's done it a couple of times now. There was whoever Portugal played internationally a couple of months ago, and they got a goal disallowed, and he's walking off and he's throwing the armband on the floor and stuff like that. If that was like an English player, imagine the coverage that he'd get. He'd be getting absolutely slated for it.
Does not make him the player that he is, though?
No, see, I just think...
Go on.
Sorry, like my opinion on it is, you're the team. You've got, like, you should be encouraging your players to do better than that. He thinks he's above everyone else there.
He is, though. That's what I mean. He's earned it and he's proved it, and everything he's won and everything he's done. He's better than everyone else.
He's a 37-year-old player who's aging, who's on the decline. I think he's undermining Ten Hag completely. I completely agree with Ten Hag. I'll fuck him off tomorrow if I was him.
No, I do agree with Beaton, but I also agree he is bigger than a lot of the players in that dressing room, but he should be using that personality and that history he's got for winning stuff.
How do you know he's
in a positive light?
Not responding
because he just walked off down the touchline, lads, after the 89th minute. What do you mean? It's clear as day.
This is his last.
It's lads.
This is his last World Cup, right? Like,
I get that argument where he doesn't want to come on and get injured.
Gets injured.
I do get that argument.
Oh, do you know what, right? I opened that World Cup final. They play fucking Argentina, and Messi scores the winner, and he's down on his knees.
It'll be great to see them in the final, wouldn't it?
They will be, boss.
See it happening, like.
Argentina are flying at the minute.
They're unbeaten, like, in
Brazil
forever.
Flying at the minute. They could be a South American winner.
We'll come on to the World Cup a little bit later.
But, like, I just think, though, do you know, Ten Hag, he's got a big job on his hands, and Ronaldo knows that. If you're doing stuff like that, that's good. Like, he's putting so much more pressure on the manager. When that's already, like, I think that's the hardest job in the country, Man United.
Yeah.
Because it's a poison chalice. It's like.
But what do you not think their fans now sort of think? We're not going to win the league with fourth and that trophy will be very successful.
Maybe the fans, yes, but they're always a loss away from, like, a media sort of. In terms of media and maybe some fan reaction.
Getting the Glazers out, they're always a loss away.
The knowledge scarce and that. Nah, but, like, in terms of the pressure he's got, and then Ronaldo's just adding to it. I just think, like, it's not like the team's doing badly. If they were, like, 12th or something, Ronaldo's storming off, I'll get it. But I just think the man's ego, it's just, like, right, okay, right.
Lad?
Do you know when he... No, but do you reckon he'll want to be a football manager after his career?
I don't know.
Well, I think he probably will.
Ronaldo?
Yeah, I do.
Nah.
His ego won't stop him. He wants to be the...
Imagine him looking at other players, lad.
No, but that would
like, it's bad enough for people like...
And do you know what, right?
Gerrard couldn't do that.
I was thinking about this the other day, right? Do you know, do you know Roy Keane, right? Do you know while he is manager of someone, right? Fucking... If someone stormed off the pitch, he'd be the first one to fucking lose his fucking rag. Do you know what I mean?
In the United role, you've got to be that professional, and Ten Hag knows he's...
Yeah, that's...
Roy Keane was managing Ipswich Town and Sunderland.
No.
Not Ronaldo at Man United.
No, Roy Keane, lads. Roy Keane.
Virginie storming off at the stadium of light, lads.
No, but...
The best ever.
No, let's say Sunderland... Right, let's just like... No, we weren't there at the time, like... Let's say Sunderland manager, right? Niall Quinn's on the bench. who's like one of Sunderland's like best players, I think. And he doesn't play Niall Quinn. Niall Quinn storms off. Roy Keane loses fucking rag.
But you're missing the point again. Niall Quinn, Cristiano Ronaldo, it's different, lad. He's probably one of the most famous men in the world.
The only similar one that comes to mind for me is Tevez under Mancini, I think it was.
Well, when he wouldn't come on at Dortmund away, I think.
I can't remember who it was they were playing, but Mancini didn't know back. Like he's giving it to him on the bench, isn't he?
Yeah.
And I don't think he played for however many games. But
I think that's beyond repair now. The fact he's done
I think he'll be gone in January.
Who's going to take him?
Sporting Lisbon.
Can they afford his wages though?
Was he taking
Don't get me, to be fair,
cut?
They probably make it all back in like shirt sales and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I really didn't like it. Me like.
I think he'll go to America, mate.
Oh yeah.
Well, you mentioned will the ego let him?
Will him?
Or does the ego let him go to America?
Even like but if you look at the players that have been. Gerrard went to America, Lampard does. Ibrahim went to America, come back. Like
Ibrahimovic, but like mostly the big names, Rooney, Gerrard, Beckham, they're all English speakers and it's in America. It's different for the Portuguese.
No, you can speak English, Ronaldo.
Well, yeah, but like, do you know what I mean? It's different. Like England and America, they're all naturally English speakers.
Yeah.
But he's bigger than them anyway. He's bigger than Beckham ever was.
Oh, yeah, of course. He's the most popular footballer ever.
Exactly, lads. And to go to the MLS.
He's not the most popular in my eyes. I don't know.
Martin Braithwaite.
Right. So I just laughed by you said that. But I think he will be gone. I think it'll be better go for both parties there. So we're moving on. We'll move on. The Liberty World Cup. We will do a World Cup preview, but just not right now. We're going to preview what we think the England squad should be. This is the 26-man squad, not the 55-man provisional. 55 people you can have on the provisional squad.
Didn't know that, mate.
See, if I get my boots on, I have a chance to get in there.
So, is anyone that you think, like, obvious, right? Yeah,
do you want to just go goalie defence?
Well, how many is it? It's 26, minus 3. Take the keepers out.
No, we'll do the keepers, that's good.
No, we'll do it, but I'm just trying to work out how many are in each position. There's the 7 strikers, 7 midfield and 7 defenders.
I'd say there'll be more defenders and less.
Well, he likes to have players who can play in multiple positions, and a lot of them are defenders.
Yeah.
So he'll have like he's renowned for taking a good few fullbacks, isn't he?
Well,
Southgate.
I remember he played in the Croatia game in the Euros. He played Trippier at left back.
Yeah, he did.
Even though I think he had Shaw, obviously at left back, but he played Trippier. He loves Trippier.
But there's players like Kyle Walker who can also play in centre half in a free,
yeah,
and stuff like that. So it's not like he's.
Kyle Walker's injured, isn't he though?
Is it for the World Cup? Is he?
I think he's going to be back. But do you know, in terms of goalkeepers, who do you think? Like, I know my number one would be.
See, I think I don't like the people who say, "Oh, it's Pickford," and there's no debate about it. I do think Pickford should be the number one, but Nick Pope and Henderson, they're really good keepers, you know what I mean? Nick Pope's having a great season for Newcastle, and Henderson, I've not seen him much, but recently that Liverpool game, lad, he was outstanding. He was brilliant in goal.
Yeah, that save from Van Dijk in the last minute.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's behind him.
There's Ramsdale too. Obviously, there's a big. I
don't think he gets near them three personally, because he's got Jordan Pickford's like personality, where he's erratic and he can make mistakes, and he hasn't got the ability that Pickford's got. I don't think. Personally,
yeah,
I think
Pope's more like solid. He's a
shot stopper, but he can't play with the ball.
But Pickford, he's got experience of being England's number one. He's the best. He's in the best form of his career at the minute.
Yeah,
and he's cutting his mistakes out more and more, and he's got that distribution over everyone else. His distribution's fantastic.
People act that don't, obviously, because we watch Pickford every week. People act like he makes loads of mistakes. He doesn't. He hasn't. I
think it's the agenda that's beating, like to say.
He's a world-class goalkeeper.
But in recent past, he has been renowned for making mistakes.
This season, the season before, like, he's been fantastic.
Don't get me wrong, I agree. Yeah, but from outside of Everton, because they're not watching us every week, it's kind of like dated opinions.
Yeah.
And I think it's started to catch up, because there was a few articles saying he's like the best rated keeper in the league so far, or something like
Do you want to know what it
I
is?
don't know how they rate keepers, but it was like 7.23, the next was like 6.8 or something.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? It's like do you know, like Paddy Power on Twitter and that. Put
Paddy Power, man.
Pick like a picture of a small lion, Pickford for Everton, and a big lion for England. You know, like he's boss for England and crap for Everton. Whereas,
Proper isn't.
but he's been good for. He's been a really good keeper for us for about 2 years, 18
He's
months
the
now.
reason our defence at one point was the best in the league 2 weeks ago, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Because our expected goals conceded wasn't great.
Yeah.
And we'd faced a lot of shots, but because he's been playing that well,
Yeah.
he's kept them all out.
I'd say beyond Alisson and Ederson, he's probably the best keeper in the league. But yeah, I'm going to back myself there. I'm going to say...
I don't know. I can't think of anyone else on the spot.
Mendy, who's not playing.
Have you been playing Kepa?
To be fair, Kepa's had a great season so far.
No, we are half a mistake for the United's goal.
Do you watch him against Villa?
Yeah.
He was unbelievable, lads, in that first half.
No,
So does Pickford though. Like,
but not today.
most keepers do. The only keeper who doesn't have a mistake in him seems to be Alisson. Because Ederson's got that in him as well.
Yeah, he does, to be fair.
Alisson's the best keeper in the world at the minute. I don't think there's any debate.
Do you know what
in
though?
that.
Doesn't Ederson start for Brazil?
Well,
That's a mad one, that though, because
Richarlison starts for Brazil over Jesus, lad.
No,
Do
but it's
you
a
know
mad
what I mean?
one, that, because do you know Alisson for me, he's miles better than Ederson.
Yeah,
but,
he is, I agree.
Like, it's mad, isn't it, the way...
I think the Brazilian manager, I can't say a no for definite, but from what I've heard, he's got like...
agendas.
He's got opinion, I don't know what his name is, but he's got opinions on players and he sticks to them. Like, there's no way Richarlison should be starting over Jesus in current form.
Right.
Couldn't say ya.
He should, because and is that Rodriguez?
But I think he insists on playing Casemiro and Fred together. And he's like, I think he's quite stubborn from what I've heard in terms of picks in the starting 11.
Yeah.
In terms of defenders for England for the World Cup, do you think there's a shout for maybe Tarkowski or Cody getting in that squad?
Well, they mentioned it on Match of the Day, didn't they? But also a thing about Tarkowski being like the best in the league in terms of some stats at the minute. Personally, I thought Cody's played better for us, and just in terms of viewing, he looks more confident on the ball.
No, I agree.
He's looking like, because Tarkowski's got a few where he's stepped up too early and someone's got past him.
Against Palace, he stepped up and then he got caught, and then I think it was whether their strike wasn't round him, and then luckily and
on the ball, I don't think he's as good as Conor Cody. Conor Cody surprised me because when he came in and people were saying, "Oh, we can't play in it too," and then we switched to that back four, didn't we?
Yeah.
We switched to that back four, and he's looked really solid. Tarkowski probably has helped that because it's too experienced. What they would do for England, the pair of them, is bring that leadership and that like personality in the dressing room. Because Maguire, he's
it doesn't seem
he's
like
a bit of a laughing stock. Do you know what I mean?
You don't really have that. Even though Kane's a captain and that, but he's another one, mate. It seems like very...
And you go the other way, Tyrone Mings, he's the most probably mistake-prone defender in the league at the minute. But I think he needs to start looking outside of the Prem, because you've got Chris Smalling and Tomori both playing in the Italian league, and they're both playing really, really well. They played every game this season. I think Smalling scored 3 goals or something in 11 games from centre half, so he's a presence in the box.
Yeah, I think Smalling over Tomori, to be fair.
Well, Mourinho's been singing his praises, hasn't he? He's been saying, I'd love to have him to pick for an international team, Smalling. But Tomori as well, he's not old, do you know what I mean? He's quite young.
Why do you think that is, that bias towards like English players are called abroad and you're not going to get picked then for England?
Because they don't get as much coverage.
But that shouldn't matter though. Obviously to us it's different, but Gareth Southgate should be treating all of them.
I think the media's opinion and the public's opinion has a massive say
on him,
on in general, on who gets picked for England. And because people they're not going to stay up. So Super Sunday, R4's done. How many people switch over to BT and watch Roma against Napoli?
You.
At 8 o'clock. Yeah, but I'm just so weird though, lad, do you know what I mean? Not many people do it, and so they're not watching Tomori put in a really good performance.
But when
or
you see
Smalling
against Chelsea though, Milan were Italian champions. Chelsea.
And but it was a harsh red card. It was hardly
lost at Stamford Bridge too.
I know what you're saying, but it says a lot when Mourinho, who loves a solid back line, is singing Chris Smalling's praises.
I just said then about like the media influencer. No one mentioned Tarkowski for England until it was on Match of the Day the other night.
No.
And now it's everywhere. So.
But I personally, go on.
Sorry, is pace. that with Tarkowski and Cody, they just don't have that patience. But in them international tournaments, you're playing against like your Brazils of the world or Argentina. They are blessed with pace, all them players, and that's where they get caught.
Well, that again, that's where you look at Small and Samori because they're rapid centre halves.
England are quite negative, so whether they leave them,
it'll probably be a 3-5 again, won't it? That's what you're saying.
Don't get me wrong, from a selfish point of view, I don't want them to go to
Oh no, neither do I.
I don't think they will, personally. Like,
no, I don't think they will.
No. Because we won on the weekend, it was convincing.
But it's a spot. It's there for the taking. Because am I right in saying Maguire's? Is he injured or is he just not playing? But even still, because he's not getting game time, so he's not going to go to the tournaments like match fit.
Experience again in it though, in tournaments. Yeah.
No, I do agree. But like,
I think he likes Stones too, doesn't he?
I'd definitely put Stones in there because he offers something different to the rest of them in the terms he can play the ball.
What are we saying?
It probably will be. I think. I don't watch England often, to be honest, but I think that's the system he likes to play.
Yeah, he plays far at the back, like, yeah.
So it probably would be Walker in there if he is fit.
He plays Walker as a right centre back.
That's what I mean. And then
I think he'll play Trippier and Shaw. Either side.
Really? Old Sense will be back, won't he? I know he doesn't like him. But is Reece James going to be back in time?
Well, he's injured, isn't he, Reece James?
At the minute.
Seen his haircut.
Oh, it's shocking, and it looks like
it deserves not to be in the
looks like a little Minecraft block of grassland. It's terrible.
But yeah, I think he liked Trippier or Defo there. But was there anyone else? Any wild card picks?
No, there's what's the lad at Newcastle, the centre half? Dan Burn.
Oh, Dan Burn.
Yeah, Dan Burn. There's been a lot of, I can't say I watch them every week, so do you know what I mean? Like, there's been shouts for him, hasn't there?
Well, they've got a good defence. I think they're the best defensive record now in the league, Newcastle.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I think they was before the Spurs game. I don't know if that goal's changed it.
Eddie Howe teams, that either, isn't it?
No, it's
do you want to
not.
know who else Southgate likes? Just reminds me, she said Newcastle because he played Spurs at the weekend at McDyer.
He does like it. He's been alright as well this season.
Who's that one at Arsenal? He's been playing fullback. Ben White.
White.
Yeah.
He's in good form and all. There's a good few shouts for that.
Do you go
centre
experience though? Would you, do you have that like mental scarring from that last Euro was just close but no cigar again? Then the World Cup before that, you've got people that when you get them big games you've lost. Do you know what I mean? I think a little bit of a new blood like a Ben White.
I think he could do with some experience in the back line in terms of leadership because the talents he's got going forward, a lot of them are very young at the minute, and obviously we'll speak about that in a couple of minutes. Who gets in there?
The defender as Saka. Is Saka is he coming as a defender or what?
Saka, he's played wing back a few times, hasn't he?
It's not his best. He's best as a winger, then he'll further up the field.
He offers a lot more going forward.
Yeah, but moving on midfield. Bellingham has to play.
I think the first name on the team is Declan Rice.
Yeah. Bellingham and Rice. Don't think Phillips will get in here. Like he
hasn't played enough, has he?
You're the leader of the Declan Rice fan club, aren't you?
Declan Rice one.
You are.
I'm a big Declan Rice. I've never seen him make a mistake. Never seen him lose the ball.
He's very consistent, and that's rare these days, I think.
He's a 7 out of 10 every week. He's a bit of a leader as well, to be fair. I know he's still quite young.
He is. Would you put an outside shout for like a James Ward-Prowse in there? Or do you think he's too immobile?
Well, I think there's a better version of him who he hasn't put in yet, who's having a great season, James Maddison. Because I don't think Southgate's had him in the squad, and I think he's outstanding. Me, Maddison.
He seems to drag Leicester out of that rut, doesn't he?
Yeah, and do you want to know he's nailed on to go to? Yeah, to hear it first, Liverpool.
Where's that came from? I've not heard anything about that.
No, I just think, honestly,
he's not a Liverpool player.
Oh, I reckon he is, me.
The way he is, isn't it?
They don't play in like an out number 10 Liverpool.
Yeah, I think he could play central midfield, me, Maddison. So someone who I would have in the midfield, who I think's a better version of Ward-Prowse, is James Maddison. I think he's outstanding at set pieces, and also this is for people listening. I can fully imagine him signing for Liverpool in about 12 months' time in the summer window. I think he probably suits their midfield. I just think he's an outstanding player.
He don't really play a number 10 though. That is what he is. He is at
but their midfield play further forward, and I think he would suit that central midfield role.
Good player, don't get me wrong, but
I think it's a possibility if they don't get Bellingham. because, like I say, it's been a couple of years coming. Bellingham's Liverpool, hasn't it? And I think if it doesn't happen this year, it's not going to happen. As in terms like the summer after the season.
I think Bellingham is on course for a bigger than Liverpool. I think he's on the course for like Real Madrid or Barca.
To be fair, this season, if it carries on the way it is,
I thought you were going to say City just like rattled me.
No. Don't get me wrong, he won't be good at City. Like link up with his bro Erling.
Lad, you're horrible, you know. No,
embarrassing.
Do you know when you picture Bellingham signing in the Prem, do you picture him playing for Liverpool or City? Because I picture him playing for Liverpool, me, like.
Well, all I see, because obviously being from Liverpool, I've got a lot of Liverpool fans on Twitter, and they seem to be convinced Bellingham's the player for them.
And they're signing Mbappe, aren't they?
Oh, that's been going on for 5 years now. Mbappe's Liverpool.
It's like when you were going to win all 4 trophies, really. No, anyway, yeah, moving on.
Gonna get me punched in time one day because of usual.
So Maddison, so similar. I don't know, what would you call him? Champagne footballer, Jack Grealish. Do you think
he plays in what's that role on Football Manager?
Artista.
What's it?
Matador.
Metzala. That's quite a well-known position. It's not like a Football Manager thing.
Oh, what's it called?
A Metzala. It's like a Liverpool player. It's like left and right centre mids.
Yeah. Who
can push on because they've got the holding midfielder behind them to secure them.
That's what I'll play.
They'll push on and go a little bit wide as well. De Bruyne kind of plays that role for City sometimes. Yeah. Or Bernardo Silva, where they'll start in midfield and drift to the right. Yeah. Or to the left.
I think Grealish, don't think he played Grealish that much at the Euros though.
He tends to bring him off the bench, doesn't he?
I think he got a start in the after a couple of sub appearances, but he played well. And then he started in one of the games, if I remember.
He never started against Scotland. I can't remember, but you know who he's going to play. Raheem Sterling. He loves Sterling.
I don't blame him.
Sterling does do it for England. Like
Sterling does it at a club level as well. He's just, I don't know what it is about him, because he never seems to be great at beating a man.
No.
But he always seems to be on the right side of a man when he receives the ball.
Yeah.
And he's quick. He hasn't lost his pace. He's learned from Guardiola. He's got a great know-how of where to be in the box to score a goal. And that's something that you can't just know, but you've got to be taught it. Some people obviously do know, like Ronaldo, all these mad talents, but you've got to put work in to know. Do you know what I mean?
I think that midfield sort of won't be too dissimilar to what the Euros midfield was. I do.
You say that the Calvin Phillips was like a regular fixture in it, and he hasn't played anything.
You've got to play.
Is he not injured, Calvin Phillips?
I don't think so. You know, I just don't think he's getting near the squad.
To be fair, he's up against Rodri, and
Rodri was out, weren't he, for a game or two? And I don't think Calvin Phillips would have sniffed then. I think they just dropped Gundogan in there.
Yeah, but I think so. Strikers. That should be interesting.
Like front three, because
front three.
Saka, I think, deserves it.
Good player.
He's playing very well.
Especially how he's come back from that at the Euros.
Kane is nailed on because he's captain.
Goal scorer, isn't he?
Goal scorer.
Yeah. Do you know what to do my head and know? Do you know, say Saka has a great tournament for England. The amount of shit he gets from like England fans on Twitter for that pen miss, and then he'll all be singing his praise. Just like, I don't know if people watching, but like with England, I don't really have much of a connection with them. Really. I don't know about you. Like I see that age-old question on Twitter: would you rather your team win the League Cup or England win the World Cup? I'd rather Everton win a league game. I'd rather Everton win a fucking throw-in. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't really have that much of a connection, but like, I would love him to Saka to go and have that tournament for all like the shit he got for that pen miss.
I think it swings both ways though, because I think the media kind of counteracted the online abuse he gets with overpraising him sometimes.
Yeah.
So I've seen he could be setting him up for failure.
He started taking a few penalties as well.
He has done. Yeah, he scored one the other week.
He's only 21. So
it's the same age as us taking a pen at the Euros final.
I think Southgate let him down a bit, and I don't know if he made him or either way, if he's made him or he's let him do it. He's let him down a bit there.
Imagine he scores.
He's got older edge there. Don't take the risk.
Am I right in saying no? Do you know, say he scored that pen, would Italy have still had the chance to score the next pen and win it?
I don't know. I think
that was the pen. That was the pen that saved, and he won because of that pen. It was sudden death.
So yeah,
Pickford saved Jorginho's, didn't he?
Oh yeah, right.
No, I think if Saka scored, I think Italy would have had to miss. I think.
Really?
I believe so.
No, I've got it wrong there. You know, no, I know what you mean.
I can't even recall it. Mate.
But yeah, anyway, I think.
To be fair to what you just said there, though, do you know we took the pen for Arsenal against Liverpool the other week?
Yeah.
So like that's like a set of bollocks. That's a go back to taking pens.
It does. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like fair play to that there, because that would have destroyed some people's careers, and that's one thing. What you just said about Southgate there. He shouldn't have been in the position to be taking that pen there, me Saka. I feel quite like sort of.
Especially considering Southgate missing a pen himself against Germany, weren't he?
Yeah.
And like he's famous for it in a way. But missing a pen at that stage, like I watched some film on Netflix about Roberto Baggio, the man who died standing still or something, whatever it's called. I don't know if that's what he's known as, or it's called something else. I think
Died.
It's called he didn't actually die.
No, he had for that.
So it was Italy against Brazil, weren't it, in the World Cup, and he had the deciding penalty against Brazil, and he's missed it, he's scarred it, but he's at the time he's one of the best players in the world. Baggio, like, he's fan.
I'm sure he got player of the tournament, didn't he?
The film's called The Van Ponytail. I'd recommend it. It's in Italian, so you'll either watch it subtitles or dubs.
Yeah.
Either way, but it's really good. But
Matty watched it in Italian because he's that much of a hipster.
I can't watch dub stuff. What was that Korean film everyone was watching? Series?
Oh, Squid Game.
I couldn't watch it dubbed. That's a tangent. But yeah, this Baggio, you'll get the video up later or whatever it is, but he misses a pen and you just see him, he stands there for like 5 minutes, just not move when you see his face. It's quite famous. I'm surprised you don't know about it.
Yeah, it's proper, like,
that's like an established, one of the best players in the world, and it's hit him like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
So imagine Saka as a young kid, do you know what I mean? And Southgate should know that, because like I say, he's been in that position but he's missed a decisive penalty.
Is that not the best time in a way for it to happen to you though? Because nothing can ever be worse in his career for that now.
Yeah, I suppose.
Do you don't think that's sort of baptism of fire, and he just thinks
it would depend
no one can get worse for that than him?
It depends on individual personalities, I think.
Yeah.
So everyone takes it differently, and he seems to have taken it alright because his form at the minute is the best it's been.
Yeah.
And he's playing in a side, Arsenal, who are playing the best football they've played in a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Top of the league, do you know what I mean? And he's been pivotal for them. Not like a squad player, he's been one of the main attacking outlets.
I think Kane, Saka and Sterling, won't it?
Yeah, do you think there's a shout for Wilson, Tony, or like potentially even Calvert-Lewin getting in the squad there?
I think Calvert-Lewin's a long shot.
Too late, innit? Coming back. If
he can go the next 4 or 5 games until...
I think there's 3 left games.
Only 3, is there?
Well, 3 and a League Cup game.
Well, maybe not. I was going to say if he can score in every game.
I think it's got to be Tony.
Do you know Callum Wilson, do you know what I mean? He scores goals.
He gets injured though.
He does, yeah.
You know, he's a boss striker. He scores goals, but he always has an injury down the corner.
I like that Callum Wilson. I reckon he's a proper player.
You know,
I do. He always scores against us, doesn't he?
But
I do really like Callum Wilson.
I think that Tony is more of a like for Kane. Kane got injured, you could imagine him slotting in fairly well to that team.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've seen a lot of people complain in the last international break. I don't think Tony's had a cap for England. In the last
he never come on.
Yeah, Southgate, like, I know it seems like we're slating Southgate here. To be honest, I don't think he's a particularly great manager, but the job he's done for England, I don't really think England fans can complain too much.
How is he not a good manager then?
Would you take him at Everton? Would any Premier League take him as their manager? I don't think they would personally, but...
I don't know, I think...
He's got to a World Cup semi and a Euro.
Personally, I wouldn't take him, but I could see why a Premier League club would.
I like a Palace or someone like that. I know you play for Palace.
To be fair, I imagine it's very different.
Why is that funny, lad?
I imagine it's very different to manage your country and then manage a club. It's a completely different process.
I don't think he's like... I just don't know.
He's quite cautious, isn't he, as a manager?
Yeah, he's very...
But to win trophies, you need
I think the thing with Ivan Toney is he seems to have this personality where I think he's very liable to be attacked by the media if something was to go wrong.
I'm in that video of him on the boat.
But that's what I mean. He's had a
What
few
did he
things,
say?
and he's got the one we're saying fuck Brentford and all
Yeah,
this.
that's it. Yeah.
Do you know, like that's bizarre, and he's got like a bit of a hard face on him, hasn't he? He's got all these tattoos and that. The fucking son hates. Do you know what I mean? The Sterling one. Remember that with his fucking
with the gun on his leg. Yeah.
Even though it was in like dedication.
Don't get me wrong. I think he's he's good enough to play for England, but I think they definitely take all that into consideration when they're picking play. 100%, lad. 100%.
The media's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
so like
scum,
the older I've got, the more you sort of just like it's just scum.
And it makes you think, who the fuck's reading that and thinking, oh, I'll buy another copy of that. It's fucking drivel, all of it.
I know. Like people listening to this.
But like, do you know what you just said there though? It's sad that though, innit? If that is getting taken, do you know what I mean? Like
whenever you see some kind of scandal on Twitter, it always seems to come from the Sun or the Daily Mail.
Yeah.
They're all racists, a lot of them.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Well, we've seen that with that Euros, didn't we? But, moving on then. So we have a few requests on from Instagram. Max King said, can we speak about Newcastle, Liverpool struggles? I don't know what you can speak about that. And Man United. Newcastle are flying, aren't they?
I'll back off the back of a 2-1 away win.
Recording, they've just beat Tottenham, so they could be winning another game.
And it was very well deserved. I thought that win against Spurs.
Yeah, but they weren't that good against Everton, but they got over the line, didn't they? You could see that Gamard, as we were saying before this, weren't we? Class player,
top player.
Yeah, be interesting to see where Newcastle go.
I think there's a couple of individuals in that team. Eddie Howe seems to have got the best out of them. Like Callum Wilson I know he was injured a lot, but he was a bit stop-start.
Yeah,
but he's scoring goals now. That
Isaac's injured, isn't he?
Joe Linson's probably the standout that everyone knows in terms of he was a failed striker, couldn't hit a barn door, and now he's probably a £50 million midfielder if he was to sell.
Yeah.
He's doing really well. Sam Maximin is out injured. He's like one of the best wingers in the league, and they're doing well without Sam Maximin.
I don't know if he's one of the best wingers in the league.
Oh, I think he is. He's bringing something different. He's unpredictable.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. And
I think he was starting to bring a bit more consistency to his game before his injury.
He wants to be, isn't he?
He is. Yeah. No, but I think they're playing good football. They've got the best defensive record in the league, but they're not a defensive side. They step onto teams like against City when I think they were 2-1 up, was it?
3-1.
3-1 up. But do you know what I mean? They're stepping onto these teams and they're competing with them. They outplayed Spurs at their ground.
Yeah.
Didn't sit back. The 90th minute they were pressing the ball still. It's good to see.
It's mad seeing like Almiron. I think he's had 6 goals in 12 games, hasn't he?
Since Grealish said that thing.
Yeah. Took that personally. But they're looking good, aren't they? Do you know what, Sunday? What did you reckon on Callum Wilson's first goal? Because loads of people are saying it should have been disallowed. I didn't think
it was a foul.
Lloris made a mistake and then he's tried to buy the foul, hasn't he?
Yeah.
The only thing I can see against it is Wilson puts his arm a little bit out. But he can't vanish into thin air.
Yeah, there's no.
I think anywhere else and any other player on the pitch.
What do you want them to do, Atkinson?
No, but I don't think it's a foul. I think Lloris is quite prone to making mistakes like that. Lloris. He's probably
proper pole.
He's probably one of the best shot stoppers in the league. Great at it.
He's always making mistakes.
But as a goalkeeper as a whole, he's not the best.
He must be getting on in his career now.
He must be 35 now, Lloris.
He's not young, like.
The hair is the same though. He's another one that's prone to mistakes.
He's very similar to Lloris. I think Lloris though, he's France, the capital of the French team, isn't he?
What do you think success is in this season? What do you think success is for Newcastle this season?
Well,
Europa League. Yeah, Europa League.
As I said on our prediction thing, I said dark horses for Europe, Newcastle and Brighton.
I think Newcastle will definitely get in Europe.
I think
who drops out though?
7th, don't you?
Who drops out though?
Well, West Ham got a Europe last season, didn't he? I think they'll drop out.
Leicester don't seem to be up there anymore, and they normally are. So it's there for the taking.
Well, Liverpool might drop out as well.
Not out of Europe, I don't think.
I'm only messing.
I don't think it was.
So look down the camera, you can say it for TikTok.
Yeah, but for this, Liverpool struggles with it is without being biased and that. Like it is mad, like how they fell off.
See, I don't really think it's necessarily mad because last season he played every game possible, and ultimately, don't get me wrong, they won 2 trophies, which I love personally, but like of the two trophies they could have chose, it would have been the league and Champions League they'd like to win. And maybe the players don't feel like they've had success last season. Mentally, that must be so hard to get up for again this season.
Yeah.
Like, you know, all the battles they've had with City for titles and that. Like, it must be so hard. Must be so mentally draining for players, managers.
I think it's starting to feel like the beginning of the end, isn't it? It's like with Mane going and Salah's getting on and
got his contract.
Van Dijk's getting on. Do you know what I mean?
I think for Liverpool, I think they just need to get to the World Cup where they're still like sort of within touching distance of that top 4. Because I think they need that World Cup as like sort of. I know some players are going to have to go off to the World Cup.
Teams like Liverpool, a lot of them are going to go.
Yeah,
but I think there's teams like us. We're losing Pickford.
I don't think we have many at all.
No.
Is Senegal in it?
I think so. Yeah.
If he plays.
So
I mean, he'll probably go if he's fit, but he's not really a miss at this point.
Back injured again.
Yeah,
he'll play at that. Like personally, I just think cut our losses with Yerry Mina. I know it's a different subject, but he'll go that World Cup, be fit for Colombia. He'll look good as well, and then he'll come back to us with a fucking injury. So I would try and get rid of him, but and say like I just think Liverpool. I just think they're completely burnt out. I just think like the toll that must have took on them last season playing every game possible, like that's fucking.
It was a good feast. Like I know we laugh at them going, you don't just Mickey Mouse cups and that, but like it was impressive the season they had.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's kind of caught up to them. Like they did rather luck a little bit with not getting injuries to key players. Like they always seem to have a consistent front three.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's the kind of Nunes has missed a few games. I think if he'd had
what do you think of him?
I think if he'd had a good run, he'd be a lot. He'd be higher up in the scoring charts because he's a presence. He's not brilliant technically.
No.
Like, he's made himself look a bit silly sometimes with that. It was against City, but he could have squared it to Salah or whoever it was,
and he just missed.
And he's tried to hit it from 30 yards out or whatever it is. But they are getting like Thiago's a key injury for them. The only real injuries they've had in the past couple of seasons is Van Dijk and a couple of centre-halves. Salah's never been injured, and in my eye, I can't remember the time where Salah's missed a good chunk of games.
No.
Do you know what I mean? They've been quite lucky with injuries, and now it's catching up to them, and the players at ages, they are going to get injured a bit more, and that's what's taking a toll. They haven't got that consistent team. Like against Forest, I think they started Harvey Elliott and Carvalho in midfield with Fabinho, and they just looked a bit out of place. Joe Gomez ran ragged by that Awani or whatever, however you say his name. But mad stat, I don't know. They haven't won a game away from home this season, Liverpool.
Yeah, I suppose that's one thing which like on the flip side to the away form at home, Liverpool are always strong, aren't they? They always have been. So I think that this season is going to be key to them. Like I think the title is out the window now, to be honest. For Liverpool, top 4 is their aim, and obviously they're still in the Champions League, League Cup.
They'll probably win that. They'll probably win the Champions League.
Yeah, but like they've always been a good cup side as well, Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? So for them this season, if they can just, as I say, get to the World Cup within touching distance, I think maybe in January they spend a bit of money on another midfielder, because what's happened as well with them squad players like Milner, he's fucking old now, him. Do you know what I mean? He's gone on. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Trent's out of form, isn't he?
Yeah.
And then Joe Gomez,
I think there's a couple of players who've been found out for Liverpool. Like I think quite a few Liverpool fans will agree. Salah's kind of been found out, and like he's still got the ability he once had. But defenders have kind of learned to play against him and how to, like, because he used to be great at backing into a player, drawing fouls. The referees are kind of catching on to it a little bit, not giving them as much as they used to. Trent has been found out offensively completely.
Robertson's been out, hasn't he?
Teams are just exposing Alexander-Arnold like on purpose. They're attacking that area of the pitch.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say they need to replace the players, but maybe kind of find a slightly different system where they're not relying on that right hand side, because it's not as strong as it was in previous seasons.
Yeah, I think they're definitely in the cups, and that they'll definitely be still there or thereabouts.
Just before we finish on Liverpool, wages, think they'll finish come end of the season then?
4th.
I think they'll still get top 4, mate.
I think Spurs will nick in there before them.
What about Arsenal? I'm going to drop out that top 4.
I think they'll come second. I think it'll be City, Arsenal.
City, Arsenal, Spurs.
Spurs or Chelsea or Liverpool.
I think United will still come good. We'll move on to United after this actually, but I think you've got that South American core.
I don't think Liverpool. Say Liverpool do get top 4. I don't think it'll be a failure because I think the way the Champions League setting up for them in their group, Napoli are already through, I think, and that's their last game.
Yeah.
In the group stages, so it's kind of like
Liverpool are basically through themselves.
Napoli come to Anfield.
Bruges. I think they're winning one of the groups.
Yeah, they are.
So you can just see Liverpool get Bruges in the last 16.
But I think who have they got? Is it Ajax this week, isn't it?
Ajax this week, Napoli the week after.
I think if they beat Ajax, they're through because Napoli are already through. They're going to come to Anfield.
I think if they draw against Ajax, they're through, you know. I think it's basically...
Unless Napoli for some reason go there. And
it'll be well higher because he won 7-1.
Oh shit, yeah.
But it goes off head-to-heads.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it does.
So, they've already beat Napoli, haven't they? 1-0, 2-1, 2-1. So,
You mean Ajax?
Yeah, sorry, I actually lost Napoli.
Tell you about the name.
What, Cherry Coke?
Not a great
Cherry Coke.
Not a great sleep last night.
That sounds seedy. So, moving on. Man United. What do you think? I think United, I think that they are building something. I just think, like, that was a big result at Chelsea. Like, they probably deserve more from that game, to be honest.
Yeah, they have more chances, don't they?
I think Anthony looks a player.
Do you know what's going to be a blow for them?
What?
Varane, he's like crying as well, weren't he, when he went off?
Well, it's because he missed the World Cup. Like, with Charleston was in tears, weren't he, when he...
Yeah.
Is he missing the World Cup with Charleston?
Well, the way he was going, like, reacting, it seems like he's going to put him out of action.
Heavy on him, though.
And he's someone he's like dedicated to playing for his country, isn't he? Because when he was playing for us, he went off to the Olympics and that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Before the season, like, he loves playing for Brazil.
Yeah. What are you laughing at?
Straight on, heavy on him, that.
But yeah, United, I think that, like, Alessandro Martinez as well, he looks decent centre half.
I don't rate him myself.
Don't rate him?
Wait till he comes up against Mitrovic or something, lad. You get found out at the back stick.
Yeah, but everyone does.
That's a team we should talk about, like Fulham.
Yeah, I think
sat in 8th as we speak, I believe.
I think they might be higher than 8th.
It's the 7th.
Either way, they're well into the top half of the table. Mitrovic is banging them in. That Pereira is playing very well in the last couple of games. Against Liverpool, he looked a bit off the pace, first game of the season. But he's playing really well, Pereira.
Do you know what? I never knew until the other day. Williams there, isn't he?
He's had a good couple of... I think he scored.
Yeah,
he scored on the weekend against Leeds, didn't he?
But they've made some good signs. That Polinia in midfield.
Yeah.
Rock, lad. He's brilliant at what he does. And that's what you need. You need foundations to build off.
Your brother's in midfield for him too, isn't he? Alison Reed.
Fucking love it.
He scored as well.
Even that record's over. He's more of a championship player.
Right back at the minute,
but he offers something going forward. He's like a decent player on the ball.
They've signed well, like them getting Willian and getting him fit and getting him playing. That's big for them. I don't know what they got.
When they done it, I was thinking, Diego Costa to Wolves is similar, but he's been a lot better than Costa at Wolves.
Costa looks like an old man, doesn't he? Like, they're a team I think are in trouble.
Wolves serious trouble.
4-0 at home against Leicester.
You say that, you've seen the stats for the game. I think they had like 26 shots.
Yeah.
Leicester had 5, 4 on target. And I think was it 3-0 in the end?
4-0?
It was 4 in the end. Must have been 6 shots, 5 on target, whatever. But Wolves battered them.
Yeah.
In terms of the stats.
They're a weird team, Wolves. They're just like, I don't know. They're neither here nor there, are they? Like, they just...
Don't exist, lad.
Well, I think it was really telling. I watched them play Palace away a couple of nights ago, and they were 1-0 up, and they were in control of the game. And second half, Palace came out and just tore them apart. Yeah. Like, I think that's a bit telling. They're either lacking some kind of mentality there, or because you need in order to see a game out in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And they seem to be missing that, and they're not scoring many goals at all. I think they've scored 5 or 6 now all season. It's a really low number of goals they've scored.
Diego Costa.
What's happened to Raul Jimenez?
He's injured.
Is he? Yeah.
He hasn't been the same since he fractured the skull.
He's got some kind of lingering thing from his head injury, you know.
Does he?
I think the commentary mentioned it when they were playing Palace. So it's not great.
It was a proper shite injury for him to get.
But even if he's not got some like physical thing, mentally, you don't want to throw your head in there anymore, do you?
No.
And he was brilliant striker before his injury. He was really like going up and up and up.
Yeah,
playing really well. But I think Wolves in trouble. I I don't know. I would say Leicester, but they've had a good couple of results recently.
Yeah,
I think Leicester have the personnel to.
I'd also say
Finish mid-table.
before the weekend, Forest, but that's a massive result. I think that's their first home win, and to have it against Liverpool.
It's the second.
Is it?
Beat West Ham, didn't he?
Yeah.
But even still, that's a massive result for them.
They're another club who just, with Forest, they need that second pre-season at the World Cup with how many signings they've had to gel.
Yeah.
They can get to that World Cup and they're like within 2 points of that relegation zone.
Yeah.
As long as they're in touching distance, they've got a really good chance there.
That's the only thing that balances out the 5 sub rule that benefits the big teams.
Yeah.
The World Cup this season benefits the smaller teams who aren't sending players off. Because like us, Lampard's going to have 2 months to just drill the squad without Pickford in goal. He's not going to drill him as part of the team, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's separate training.
Any other of our players are going Onana.
I think that
Onana will go. I think he'll go. He's been playing for
Gay will
Belgium
go,
recently.
won't he?
I don't know if Gay plays for Senegal. To be honest, I don't know. I haven't watched them. But none of the English players will go. McNeil, G'day, won't go. Cody and Tarkowski probably won't go.
I don't think they'll go either. It's Ireland down in it.
Patterson will be injured. So
They're not in anyway,
he won't be
Scotland.
going. Oh, actually, I think Patterson. Oh, I don't know. Are
It's
they?
only Wales and England.
But I think he comes back fit just before the World Cup anyway.
Yeah.
Which would be good to get him back in training.
Calvert-Lewin probably needs that time as well, just to.
yeah.
And obviously you got to go.
So it's good for us, but I think the big teams, I don't think it'll really bother City as much though, unless De Bruyne gets injured.
Haaland's not.
Haaland's going to be training for 2 months, lads. Imagine that, he's just on his own, just banging them in and training, lads, for 2 months
Just by
straight
himself.
against fucking what's his name, Scott Carson or something, lad, whoever's there these days.
Get on this, like the other day, Megan came to me, right, was like, does this bet, it's like 500 to 1, she put a 5 on it. She was like, Haaland to get 30 plus goals. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's alright that. And she went, oh yeah, De Bruyne to get 30 plus assists.
I'll tell you what though, I think
No, lad, she
Nah,
came,
30 assists is a lot of assists.
She came,
he's on like 8 or something on that.
How many goals do you reckon he'll get?
He's on
Haaland?
4 more than anyone else, and Iwobi's second.
He's
well,
in
he's on
terms of
5,
assists.
so he must be on 9.
He's on 9 assists.
But lad,
and De
he's not
Bruyne.
going to get 30 assists, lad.
Lad, that's a lot of assists.
If he carries on the way he's going, I think that works out to 30, you know.
11 games.
And there's 38 games in the season, he's got 9 already.
How many goals do you reckon Haaland
Megan
gets?
could be in for some dough, lad.
How many goals do you reckon Haaland gets in the league?
I said 30 plus at the start of the season, so
40 plus, I reckon, you know. I reckon he gets 40. Yeah, he'll
Depends
get
if he stays
40
fit.
on the last day. He'll break the record.
See, it seems like he's doing something bizarre, doesn't it? And then there's a couple of stats that came out where he'll have to keep this up for like a certain amount of time to equal Ronaldo's total goal tally. And then Messi's, 90 odd?
91 in the
season.
That's ridiculous.
And I think it's sort of said it's the way he's going now. It won't even touch Messi's record in the season.
62 in the year if he carries on the same trajectory as now.
It puts Messi and Ronaldo into perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it's bizarre,
But
lad.
apparently Ronaldo should be in his place. But yeah, I think another team down there at the moment. But Forest are last, 19th. Wolves then, Leeds.
Oh yeah, I've got about Leeds.
It seems toxic too. I don't know, but I think they're fans.
Do you think he'll last the season?
No.
Jesse Marsh.
Like, he's not a likeable fella, to be honest. Remember?
I think the Leeds fans were well behind him
I
a
think
couple of
he's a
games
laugh,
ago.
me, lad. I think he's that funny.
He's a bit of a knob, isn't he?
He was singing stuff about him the other day. Apparently, he didn't come over to the fans and all that at the end of one of the
Did he
games. Like, it doesn't look like. Well, he was singing Bielsa's name the other day.
I don't think he'd go back, Bielsa.
But he went even great under Bielsa anyway. I think you forget they were conceding like 7 every week, 5 every week.
They were great to watch, though. I think there's a difference.
Yeah.
I think Jesse Marsh is trying to establish a bit of like a solid team at the same time as being energetic, and he's not getting it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think they've won 8. I think
He's only won 2 games this season.
Yeah, fucking. I don't know, but like, probably you could see him getting sacked, couldn't you? There's any other topics on there, lads?
Yeah, so to finish up, unless you've got anything else to speak about.
Nah.
Everton, will we finish top 10?
No.
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 Now you'll finish top 1.
Shut up.
I don't think we've got the squad depth to do it.
No.
If we lose Iwobi or Onana or both, we're back to square one. If we lose Tarkowski and Cody, we're back to square one with Keane and Holgate.
I think we'll finish like 12th, 13th.
That's
I'd snap your hand off for that.
He's done
and
the last
a
season
decent
again,
little
didn't
cup run. I think.
A little cup run. You want to win the cup, lads? You want to run?
I think we've got a team there to beat anyone on our day, and I do think that because Liverpool came as good as some lads, and we should have beat them.
Yeah, my eyes we did.
It felt like a loss. I know probably because the goal disallowed that makes me feel that way.
Yeah.
It was a very even game. Like I can't say we definitely deserved to win it, but it felt a bit like a loss because there were chances there where we could have won the game. Yeah. More pies missed, the disallowed goal and stuff like that. So if we get it right, we do play very well because the players are good players. We've got a good squad there.
Yeah,
but sometimes they seem to run out of ideas going forwards.
Yeah,
is the issue.
I think with Calvert-Lewin back, hopefully he scored a good goal against Palace. If he gets firing, obviously we win more games. That has been our problem. But creating chances has been our problem, and taking chances.
I think Calvert-Lewin splits the family. It's a bit like our Joe was saying. He doesn't like Calvert-Lewin because he seems to come on the pitch, jump dead early to show how you can jump and that, and not win headers. He does, sorry. He gets jumped dead early, he just hangs there for a bit of the ball, like fucking flies over his head. He's dropped down already. He does split opinion, but I think he's better than Neil Maupay. I think he needs to start now, Calvert-Lewin.
Who's all of our random Premier League footballers?
I've already got one.
Who have you got?
Sully Montari.
Did you play for Fulham?
Do you know what,
mate? For Portsmouth.
Do you know what?
For AC Milan.
This is going to be a cracking clip. This get his goal up against Aston Villa for underrated Premier League goals. Like, it's a way of Villa, lads. Yeah. Nutmegs a player and just proper. Oh, lads, he puts it in from miles up, lads. That clip will be sound on TikTok.
I'm gonna go for one on the spot. Premier League goals in the era. Stilian Petrov.
Oh, there's another clip to do, lads. It's goal against Derby, lads.
Stilian Petrov
Played for Villa and...
Yeah, I know him.
Did he play for Bolton? Am I right?
No, that was Martin Petrov.
Well, I think Stilian, he got pictures a couple of years ago playing Sunday League or something, didn't he, with a big belly on him? Yeah. I love that. Passion for the game.
Martin Petrov got sent off against Everton for 2 bookable offences.
Not bookings, bookable offences.
Yeah.
Who's yours?
I don't want to go with Sonny Aluko, remember the striker for Hull.
That was a good one. That his sister plays for England.
Yeah.
It's punted, isn't she? On all the BBC now these days.
Yeah, he's a random one. Craig Gardner, he had a few screamers in him.
Loves the good long.
Did you not play for Everton? Did you never...
That's Anthony Gardner.
He played for it. Didn't he play for... He played for Birmingham and Villa, didn't he? Craig Gardner? I played for both of them.
Anthony Gardner.
Did you sign from Hull?
No, right. This the story about him with Everton, right? 07-08. He scored against Everton when we won 3-1 against Tottenham. Yeah. And then we signed him on deadline day or something like that. Yeah. From Spurs. He never played a single game for
Mangala, lad, he played 2-3 games.
No, lad, he played for like...
I forgot about Mangala.
He played for like a game. But he played the full game for us against Arsenal. Right? We got beat 5-1.
5-1.
And then he played for like 15 minutes in the next game. Never played again.
The best short stint for Everton of all time goes to one man and one man only. The 6'7", the Sina Traore, backheel goal in the cup, and then went off after 20 minutes. I've just never seen him again.
He was actually supposed to start against Chelsea in the FA Cup.
That must have been in the league.
That must have been months down the line because he flew off to Monaco, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's playing for someone now. The other day he come on against someone the other day. For like in Europe, it might have been Omnia, you know. Like United played against Cyprus team.
Really?
He come on for someone in Europe the other day.
I seen a mad one, lads, because I play Football Manager, I love the stuff. Papa Cisse is still playing, lads, in the second French league.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
He's only like 31. Same age as Roberto Soldado.
Not even an underrated goal.
No, lad, we get that in the comments every time on TikTok. So, just ask me what an underrated Premier League goal is.
Papa Cisse against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge.
What's an underrated...
I thought you wanted me to say
what's an underrated Premier League goal, Michael Beaton?
Papa Cisse against Chelsea where he curves it in, right? Can anyone watch it?
He curves it in, doesn't curl it.
Oh, shut up, lads. For anyone who's watching on YouTube there, sorry about that.
I've seen a few comments for that. What's his name, lads? Matty Bolton against us. Matty Taylor, lads, the goal against us.
The volley, lad.
It reminds me of Shearers against us. There's been some screamers against us, hasn't there? Yeah. Drogba and Lampard in the same game at Goodison Park.
Yeah.
Both screamers.
Do you know what, though? Do you know that I've been getting some grief, haven't I, from that David Seaman shout?
Yeah.
Do you know what though?
I can see where you're coming from.
No,
with that shot,
it's
Back yourself, lad.
no, it's just that didn't shock and miss. If one of our players done that, I'd be fuming. You know me. I won't be saying good.
You know what?
after you said it, lads, there was that Villa against Chelsea when Kepa, I think it was Danny Ings was 2 yards out, and he's got to score, lad, and Kepa saves it. It comes back. It's a bit of both. He's got to score, but it doesn't take it away from the save, I don't think. Do you know what I mean?
Underrated, you go first. Have you had your goal, yeah?
I haven't thought of one, lads.
Underrated Premier League goal.
I'm going to say mine's going to be an Everton one for once. We never really mentioned Everton goals. Didn't he have Billy Netanov against Wolves away? Same game, Phil Neville scored and done the Tim Cahill celebration because he was out injured. I was in fucking Portugal for that game, I remember it well.
Was you?
Watched it in the pub with my dad. Great game, 3-0.
I was at home and bargain.
Why was you at home and bargain?
I remember because Phil Neville scored because it was at me dad.
Who scored the other one then? Was it Inichibi?
3-0 it was.
Was it Inichibi who scored the other
It
one?
was a striker for Everton.
Sarr.
He only played for one season. Went to Leeds.
Joe.
Well, came from Leeds.
Not a clue, lads.
Beckford.
Oh, fucking remember his goal against Chelsea, lads?
But what can I have him for my underrated? Oh, lad,
The one against the one against Chelsea.
Yeah.
Some goal,
do you know what, right, some goal, yeah. Watch it back, right.
I know
See
he's
how
a
much
flex
of a
up.
look he
I know.
gets.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a proper Umani-ass goal, like, innit? It's
I can't
fantastic,
think of a goalie, you know. Do you know what one is underrated? Have you seen Suarez's header from outside the box?
Against West Brom.
Yeah, that's so hard to ball in.
Some goal, that, innit?
I'll have that.
The neck muscles and that, lads.
Yes.
Neck muscle.
No, lad, but it's so far out. It's just the power to get on that. It's not easy to do.
Mad, isn't it? Are we all done? Have we got anything else?
No, just one thing and one thing only. Remember to like and subscribe. Give us a 5-star review on Spotify. And thank you very much for listening to us chat. Wham.
Thanks very much.